leadership that we have here in Australia. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Bill and Robin, and thank you so much, Terry, for the amazing, amazing leadership that we have here in Australia, and of course from Terry over in the States. It's been a whirlwind of what is it now, Bill, Robin? 9 weeks, 10 weeks maybe. It feels like a lifetime, but it's been such a short time. And I've just come back from 5 days away on holidays. And yes, I have had a bit of a cold because I think my body is just doing a lot of detoxing, and it's been pretty hectic. And I've come home today and spent the whole afternoon recognizing new diamonds and double diamonds and triple diamonds and all sorts of, as Bill said, we have a jewelry store, worth of the precious gems. So yeah, it's really exciting. If you're here listening to this for the first time this evening, we're going to sound a little bit crazy because we're all on a bit of a high. I think that, if you are listening in tonight, it is the right time. It is definitely the right place. You are with the right company and the most amazing product. I have been involved in the network marketing industry for decades, like 3+ decades, and I have been reasonably and fairly successful in other companies, reaching top levels like Double Diamond, which took me 5 years, by the way. And I think I did it in 5 weeks here. So like, it's just crazy. What we have in this product, this amazing product, is really revolutionary, and it is so unique. And I think, when you talk fat loss and when you talk about, the other ancillary benefits that we can get from this product and that some people are experiencing, we have something very unique that pretty much, a majority of the population need, and are getting benefit from. And from a business perspective, I've never I've never seen something that's so easy. And when I mean easy, it's like people just want this. Like, there's no hard sell. There's no come and take a look at this. People are just keen to find out more and get information. And I don't even think that, anybody said no, like, that's reached out for information. They've all joined because everybody's like, I want a piece of this action. I either want to get my body into some great, health, or I'd like to get my finances into some great health as well. So super grateful to Terry, who has given such amazing ongoing support to us here in Australia. Grateful to Bill and Robin for persisting and introducing me to this even when I said no. So thank you, Robin, for not listening to Bill, who said leave Lillian. She said no. I appreciate that you said no, just come and have a look, Lillian. So I'm so grateful, and I'm just so glad that I, like, something in me, even when sometimes when you say no to something and then you're like, but hang on, just maybe there's something in this. And even though the very first presentation I got on with Terry, there was Leanne and myself and Bill and Robin, and that was it. And I was very rude. I had the camera off. I was cooking dinner. I wasn't even paying a lot of attention until we sat down at the dinner table and started listening to the benefits of this actual product. And my son, Nathan, who's a naturopath, herbalist and nutritionist, was in the background listening in, and he's Googling away. He had like multiple, tabs open, and he's Googling all this stuff that Terry was saying. And he's kind of giving me a thumbs up going, this is really true, Mum. This is good stuff. So super grateful for Nathan for doing that too, and giving the thumbs up to it. But Terry, honestly, I cannot, I'm emotional now.
Right.
I really can't express how grateful we are. Like, I know Bill and Robin is grateful. We are all grateful. All of us here who are seeing the benefits of the product and of the business, we are so flippin' grateful, because for so many of us, this is going to be life-changing, not only in releasing fat from our bodies, not only in giving us health, but it's giving us hope. I know there's a bunch of people, I can see some faces on here now, who this is going to make a huge difference for. And I have tears in my eyes, not only for myself, but just in gratitude for how this is going to impact, so many people. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm so grateful for everybody who's open enough to be on here tonight, listening in. And we hope it's for you, because we love it. And over to you, Terry, to further explain the absolute gift we have here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Lillian. Been awesome to watch your journey from ignoring me to to royal time. That is hilarious. But I'll just tell you, I mean, here's what I would, as you're talking, Lillian, I'm thinking to myself, I'm just going to have about 20 people on here, just share testimonies from the health or the wealth side and see who's in. We could do that. I promise you, for those of you on here for the first time, I promise you we could do that. I mean, talk about ridiculous life transformation, ridiculous in 2 months, ridiculous. We could do that right now. I'd love to show you. I just love everybody to open up their back office and show you their back office to prove to you what we're saying. Now, we can't do any of that stuff. The rules tell us we can't do it. So instead, I need to just do a presentation and tell you what we have without making claims and without trying to get too detailed in it so that you can decide whether it's for you or not. But I really should just stop it now and say, you should get it. Or you'll get in a month after your friend hits you back up and after they've had some amazing results. So however this goes for you to this morning or this evening, I'm excited that you're here. And we truly do have something surreal is now my word. It is surreal what's happening. And but it is real. That's the whole thing. And that's the amazing part of this. So let me go ahead and dive in. You guys paid like $1,000 to get into this Zoom. So let me give you your money's worth. Like nobody paid any money. Okay. And so, but let me give you your time's worth. And if you give me about 20 minutes, I'll go really fast through this Zoom to help you really understand what it is we got our hands on here. So this goes back about 5 months ago, just about five and a half months ago. Our founder got a phone call from a gentleman who is a CEO of a pharmaceutical manufacturer. They had been tasked with finding a weight loss drug, and because they're a pharmaceutical manufacturer, and at the time, back 10 years ago, there weren't a lot of them, but they were kind of on the horizon. And today, as you guys probably know, there's all kinds of drugs for all kinds of ailments in the human body. And so this company went ahead and they started down that path, but they also were aware of some natural research that had been done regarding the hop flower, the matured hop extract specifically is what we're talking about. And it is an extract out of the hop flower that had never been isolated before, not this particular extract. And so they were able, this back in 1953 is when this first happened. A gallon of this particular extract was collected, but it took $1 million worth of processing cost. Truly, $1 million back in 1953. So they said, forget that, because there's no way anything could be done with it. It's way too expensive. But they were able to do some research and saw some things that showed some potential for fat loss in the human body. And so subsequent companies tried that over the next 6 decades or so and met with the same result. A little bit of liquid, a lot of money. $500,000 to collect 1 gallon was the best. So no company, no researchers anywhere could crack the code on bringing this to the market, even though all the subsequent research showed all kinds of amazing benefits for the human body. And as we talk through this Zoom, we're talking about fat loss, visceral fat loss. It's a very specific thing. Now, you have good fat in your body, you have bad fat in your body. Everybody has it. Now, good fat is necessary. Your brain, as an example, is 60% fat. Your nervous system is 83% fat. You must have fat in your body. Our challenge in our world today, because of our diet, because of all the different things that go into quote unquote foods, creates an overweight and underhealthy society. And so when you have too much visceral fat happening, it starts to collect in this general area here in the torso. It starts to collect around your organs. And all of a sudden, this is the medical term, it gunks up your operating system is what it does. And your body doesn't operate the way God designed it to operate. And so all of a sudden you start to get symptoms, my word, symptoms. And those symptoms, and you can go Google this, don't take my word for it, check it out. Those symptoms are things like high blood pressure, high blood sugar, cognitive issues, digestive issues, autoimmune issues, inflammation, heart disease, cholesterol. You can keep going down the list of issues related to visceral fat. This is why they were so excited. They're like, man, if somebody could do this, it would be fantastic. Because if we can reduce visceral fat in the body, you can start to impact some of these other issues in life, the symptoms that come from the root. So all of a sudden, when these guys were able to isolate this and saw this, it became very promising. Problem was, again, it was way too expensive. So in this phone call with the pharmaceutical company, which is a customer of Randy's. Randy's been our CEO, has been doing contract packaging and manufacturing now for about 22 years for all kinds of companies all over the world. This was one of his partner companies. He packaged things for them, whatever that would be. They were his customer. There we go. And in this, Trey, the CEO, says, hey, we have this liquid that doesn't really fit in the pharmaceutical world because it's natural. And they were looking for a way to distribute this. And the reason that they finally were able to do that is because one of their scientists has a dream one night, and they're trying to figure out this weight loss drug, but they're down this natural path. And he realized he has a dream and in this dream, he sees a different way to actually process this that could potentially do it at pennies on the dollar. And sure enough, the team pivoted, found that, and that then became the way that this became even a potential reality. So all of a sudden, about 5 years ago, that happened. And so then they did some clinical trials for a while, and then they wanted to start packaging and distributing all of this. But again, that's not their jam. They needed somebody who was good at doing that. So at the end of the day, sorry, everybody, let's get rid of that. Eyes are falling. Hang on. Whoa, okay. Get rid of the over there. Sorry about that. Man, sorry about all this. We're on out of control. There we go. So what they found was a way to process it such that it could be brought to the market, but they needed somebody to do that. That was us. So 5 months ago, that phone call happens. 3 months ago, 3.5 months ago, we launched this to the world. We call it Fix. And the reason we call it Fix Your Drink is because this little snap in here, 1.2 milliliters worth of this extract, the matured hop extract, goes into any beverage at all, and it starts to do amazing things in the body. It starts to go after visceral fat, and that's what I'm going to explain to you over the next few minutes here. So we're talking about burning fat smarter, not harder, okay? So when we talk about burning fat, most of the time when you're talking about it, you got to, increase your exercise, watch your diet, cut out all kinds of foods, probably cut out alcohol, all these different things that the world has been saying forever and ever. And it's not that those things are bad. They are good. You should watch what you eat. You should exercise. But whether you do or don't, the clinical trials show that whether that happens or not, fat loss is still achieved. If you'll do some of those things, you'll achieve more fat loss. And so what we're going to be talking about is a paradigm shift, because a lot of people want to put this into a category. You, just like we did when I first heard about this, I'm like, come on, this isn't real. No one's ever heard of this before, and no one's ever heard of it before because it hadn't existed before in the history of mankind. And so when we're talking about fat loss tonight, this is about something that goes into the body that allows the body to start to operate the way God designed it. And so again, never been seen before, but it's plant-based, all natural, colorless, tasteless, and odorless, and there are no side effects. When you put it in, it's like water. You can taste it, there's no taste to it, and all of a sudden, when it goes in the body, your body recognizes it. It goes into what I call the bitter receptors. Boom, that activates a whole system, a whole processing system that allows for additional. I'm going to be talking about. So you can put this in any kind of liquid. As I'd mentioned, it even works with adult beverages. So here's what's going on in the body. This is the whole thing. For 4 minutes, I'm going to explain everything about this and why this works. Your body, my body, needs something called energy, okay? We call it food. Food has calories. Calories are energy. And you got 4 types of them. You've got carbohydrate, fat, protein, and minerals. All 4 are necessary in the human body. Most of us don't get enough mineral. That'll be a conversation for another day. Most of us get too much carbohydrate and fat. And there's a reason. Those things taste really good, so we like them. And I mean, here in the U.S., we say it all the time. Food tastes better when fat's involved. It does. It's really good. But that energy that comes in, if you have too much of that coming in and not enough energy expelled, meaning you're not burning it up, your body knows that. It takes the energy in. Some of it gets rid of, some of it uses, some of it stores for later use. And when it does that, it stores it as white adipose tissue, aka belly fat, aka visceral fat. That's what it does. So I live in a 55 and over community. And when I go down to the pool down there, I see a whole lot of bathing suits, but in every bathing suit is this physique in every single bathing suit, because as we age, it tends to accumulate. We get more sedentary. We kind of enjoy life a little bit more, taking a little more of that stuff in, and that's what happens. But it happens all over the globe these days for all kinds of people. And so when this happens, this is what starts to kill people right here. And what Fix does, it goes in and it activates the BAT, the brown adipose tissue, good fat. And what happens is when that process begins, remember the beta receptors, boom, activates the BAT, sends a signal to the brain through the vagal nerve, goes back down, and the body starts this process of burning up visceral fat, just like it would if you were shivering. Because when you shiver, it's very unique shivering. When people jump in these ice baths and things like that, their body temperature plummets. And when that happens, the body's natural response is, I need to save my life, so I'm going to create a shiver and to create energy, heat in the body, a thermogenic response. And when it does that, the shivering burns up 400 calories per hour, 400. And the cool thing about shivering, and the unique thing is, it pulls those 400 calories from visceral fat, the bad fat. So if you could shiver for 12 hours a day, you'd be dropping 2 pounds of visceral fat every single day, man. You'd be looking hot in no time at all, man. You'd be looking at me, look at me, check me out. Everybody look at me, check. Because you just be shrinking up. But you can't shiver that long. Can't do it. You're either going to warm up or you're going to die. One of those two things happens. Well, either way, you're not shivering anymore. What Fix does, the very unique thing, it elicits the same response without the shiver for up to 9 hours. One snap, up to 9 hours of the thermogenic response, meaning your body's burning up visceral fat. And here's the really cool thing. We can validate this. Yeah, because we have an app called Me360. This is not our app. It was already existing in the world. It is a free app. No one's making any money on this, but you can use this to literally show what's going on. You can show yourself what's happening in your body. Body percent fat loss, lean body mass increase, inches going down, all that stuff in this app. One scan and it does it. So you can literally see what's happening and how the pounds, not whether it's pounds or inches, it's really inches, because when you talk about 2 pounds of fat, the mass of it versus 2 pounds of muscle, they're very different. So when you take 2 pounds of fat over, let's say, the course of a month, it won't seem like much on the scale. But on the way your clothes fit, the way you look in the mirror, it's going to look really different. So very cool stuff here. You can put this in coffee, orange juice, iced tea, soda, water, whatever beverage you want. And yes, you can put it in scotch, whiskey, mojitos, shots, white wine, red wine, or beer, however you like, just like that. And what do we get is transformation, body transformation in a snap. This is what this is all about. And this is the simplest thing. One of the reasons people love this is because they're getting the results that they already want. Because when you want to lose weight, you don't want to lose weight. No one does. What everybody wants to lose is fat. Completely different. This guy right here, by putting that in once or twice a day, totally up to you, people start to get the result they already want. They don't have to change their lifestyle. They don't have to change anything. I haven't changed a darn thing. My body fat is down 5%. My lean body mass is now up 6 pounds in 2 months, 2.5 months. And so that's all I've done is this right here. And we've got people. I happen to be a pastor, and we were at church last night. We've got, I don't know, 30 people now at church that are taking this because they're seeing results in people walking around church going, hey, man, what are you doing? What is it? And people are asking. And I'm just telling you guys, this is about to become the biggest movement that's ever happened in this industry. Guarantee you that, because what we have is absolutely real. And so we've already got a marketplace of products. We've been doing this 2 years, coming up on 3 months. And so this is not new to us. We've been doing this a long time, been paying out checks every single week. We have a global footprint. We have warehousing and logistics in Asia, Australia, Africa, Europe, and the US. And what we're doing now is getting licensing on this product because none of us have even been on 90 days. Not one person in the world has been on 90 days, but all of the clinical trials show a 90-day result. And I know for me, after week 7, a lot of things started changing on my physique. So I'm just saying, we have this and we have something that's 100% real, and people are getting healthy. I mean, crazy stories from all kinds of different issues that people are having. Now, if you like the health piece of this, great. Grab it for the health piece and just help your own health. But we have a wealth side to this as well, where you can create income. This is both the health and the wealth piece are why Lillian was in tears, but it's really the wealth piece because we are talking about a radical transformation in the financial lives of people. And I'm not talking about one or two, I'm talking about dozens already in 2 months because what we have, people like. It's what they already want. It's what our world needs already. So as you share this with people, you can monetize this as well. It's very simple. You have a 2-team system. When you join as a connector or a rep, you get what I refer to as real estate in the binary tree. And for everybody who ever comes in after you on that team counts for you. It does not matter whether you put them in or not. And they just have to go on your right or your left. Doesn't matter, again, who puts them in. And for as many people as ever come in all over the world, and this will ultimately be millions of people, this is not hype. I've been around this industry 53 years. I detest hype. What we're saying to you tonight, this morning, for those of you in Africa, what we're saying to you is this is a real thing, and we have already seen it happen. And the testimonies are real. Like I said, we could have done this I'm going to have done this for an hour just on testimonies. Could have done that. And you'd understand what we're really talking about. And so for as many people as ever come in, whether it's 10 or whether it's 10 million, all count for you, and everything they purchase, whether it's an enrollment kit when they get started, monthly auto ships they might have, miscellaneous orders, customer orders, or international sales all over the globe. Sorry, guys, got to. Jeez, all the volume that comes in counts for you. It creates what we call commissionable volume, and you get paid on it. Why is that so important? Because over here, as the number of people that join increase on your teams, your income goes up. With about 50 people on each team, you're looking at about $700 a month, US, okay, USD. That goes up. You can make $100,000 a week if you like in our comp plan. That's possible. And for the more people that come in, the more income there is. And like I said, 53 years around this industry, none of us, many people have been around this industry a long time. None have ever seen anything like this. I mean, none of us. The kind of growth we're having, the kind of results we're having, the fact that we have a situation, a product that we are the only company in the world that has. We are it. At this point, we are the only company that you can get this from because we're the only ones with the process. And so you can see that these numbers can get very, very, very significant. And we have all the systems and tools in place to train people on the marketing side. We have them all this week. The week we are coming into, guys, we're going to have Zooms. A couple of different Zooms are going to occur over the next 7 days. I'm telling you that the next 7 days change everything all over again. And it's like on steroids. We've been moving really fast. Our company has taken steps to scale that 10, 100x. We are in really, really good shape. And anybody who would like to participate, everything's already done for you. It's like a river that's raging. All you've got to do is jump in. So if you know people here in the US, maybe some of you brave souls got up in the middle of the evening and it's $30 here, $29.95. Okay, that's the price to be a rep here. It also happens to be the price of being a rep in the UK. All right, so we got probably some Europeans on here, and $30 in the UK right now. What's today? So tomorrow, the UK, you guys will be able to start ordering product. Here in the US, 72 snaps, $200, and so that puts somebody in about $240 US. In Australia, it's not $30, it's $10 to be a rep instead. So for $10, you have a business, a real business. And you got the 72 snap kit for $200. I think that turns upwards of $300 Aussie. So that's the option there. In New Zealand and Africa, you got $10 to be a rep as well, but you got two options. You got the 30 snap option for $100, 72 snaps for $200, and in you are and off you go. So that's what it takes to get started. Depending on each country, every country is different for a whole lot of reasons. Actually, this is the same option in the Philippines, for those of you who are on here from the Philippines. And we are literally just getting started, guys, literally. And we've taken steps literally in the last week. I'm telling you, things have changed. Like God has worked out some miraculous things on our behalf, miraculous. And all that's happened is now we see everybody had the question, can you keep up with production? And the answer was, yeah. And then we had thousands and thousands of people every week joining. We're like, maybe we got to increase production. And so all steps have been taken to do exactly that. So we can now have millions in, no problem. And so we're really, really thankful for all of that. So if what you're hearing this evening, this morning, speaks to you, you should take action now. Get back with your friend, let them know, hey, I'm ready to get started. They can lock your spot in. That's what next thing you should do. If in fact, any of you have the ability, I know this is now a week and a half away, but if you have the ability to get to Minneapolis, October 11 to 13, this event right here is the sounding gun. For real. We've been building just the foundation for 2 years, 3 months. And 5 months ago, everything changed. We had a marketplace of products. It was good. I mean, we had good products, good travel platform, a ridiculously good travel platform. They're all good. There's a lot of good products in the world. There's nothing like Fix. Nothing. I don't care what anybody says. It's a peptide. It's a this. It ain't this. It doesn't do what this does in the body. Not even close. This right here, this event right here, I'm telling you, after October, mark my words, some of you can write it down right now. If you're on here and you're like, that dude's, he's just hyping, great. You make a note, check your calendar again, sometime around November 10th or so, and then get back with your friend. I guarantee you, there's going to be a huge increase over the month of October because of everything we've done in the last week. It's about to go to a whole new level, everybody. So if you like what you're seeing here, we do Zoom presentations kind of like this one every day. So we've got this 12 p.m. Pacific time and 6 p.m. Pacific time. So it translates to different times in the different time zones. But our early Zoom, for those of you in Africa and Europe, you can jump on that. It's in the middle of your evening. Our 8 p.m. for those of you in Australia, this is in your late morning, around 11 a.m. And so you can just jump on it and bring people on, send them on, get them on. We go for about 30 minutes and we're done. So people all over the globe have the opportunity to jump in. One of those is probably good for Philippines as well, probably the evening one. So with that, guys, we do a testimonial Zoom every Sunday night. Last night was no exception. We did it last night or I guess earlier tonight. and just amazing testimonies from the business side, from the health side, what's going on with the product. Absolutely incredible stuff going on. So So this is what we have in our hands. And if you like what you're seeing, or even if you don't, here's what I would say. If you guys have ever purchased a house, or if you ever even looked at a house, you can stand on the sidewalk and look at the house from the outside. It's a nice house, okay? It needs paint, it doesn't need paint. Roof, all that, okay, great. You don't really know what you're buying until you get on the inside of that house. And you look around at the walls, the plumbing, is there mold in here? What about termites? What about electrical? All those things. You don't know what you're getting for your money until you get inside. It's the same thing here. You can try to look at this from the outside and look at research and things like that. Getting on the inside and getting in the groups that we have and seeing what's happening in people's lives. Once you see that, then you'll start to understand what we really have and what you've gotten your hands on. So last thing I would say is this: all you have to lose is fat over the next month or two. That's the worst case scenario for you. So with that, I did not see if we had any. I was looking for testimonials. Bill, Robin, Lillian. I'm not, and maybe some of the other.
Terry Joelle had a good testimonial that she shared with us today about one of her customers.
All right, Joel, let us know. That would be fantastic. New diamond.
Hey, thank you. I've never seen anything like this. It's incredible. Yeah, I do. I have someone in my team who actually has Parkinson's, and she was diagnosed about a year ago, and she's been working with a bunch of specialists and doing a lot of alternative things. And she's been on the fix for, I don't know, maybe a week, and she's walking better, it appears, and she's talking better, it appears. And she went to see her osteopath, and he said, "What are you doing? Like, what are you doing?" He's never seen anything like it, and he's been treating her for many, many, many years. So she was given a task before she started on Fix to stand up and shuffle herself around on herself as a cognitive thing to help her try and do that. It took her 1.5 minutes to do that. She was on Fix for a week and took her 30 seconds to do that. So something's happening in her system. Her system's working better. Her electricals are turning on, and yeah, she's so excited. And she said to me also that she feels like she's got hope now, and she's got something to live for and a future. So that's pretty incredible.
Pretty incredible.
And obviously that's her results, and can't guarantee that'll happen with anybody else, but she's pretty excited.
Yeah, that's for sure. That is awesome stuff. I mean, gosh, I would really love to go on a tangent right now. I just cannot say some of the things that we've seen. And because to your point, Joelle, it's like we're making claims and we can't make claims. All we can do is say, try it.
Mm-hmm.
For the love of God, try it and see what happens in your own body.
Can I tell you about my 93-year-old mother?
Oh.
So she's really well. She's in very good health. She's not on any medication. And I said, "Mum, you're going to try this." And after 2 or 3 days, she said to me, "I'm actually much hungrier." And for her at 93, that's been fantastic, because she's lost a lot of weight over the last 18 months. As you age, you just lose your appetite, and you start to lose a lot of your structural fat. So it's not a good thing. So she's been eating and eating and eating, and she's mega excited about that. And also she said to me, "I feel like I want to get out of bed earlier in the morning." So she's getting more get up and go. And I feel like she's actually happier and got a smile on her face, and she's 93. So that's pretty incredible as well.
It's awesome stuff, Joelle. Thanks for sharing that. Leanne, I think you had a situation with your orthopedic surgeon. Are you able to share what was going on there? Is Leanne on? Since I'm not asking anybody ahead of time.
Pretty sure she's there. Happy birthday to Leanne as well.
All right, there we go. She's probably putting someone in right now. Leanne, are you there? All right.
Terry, Kate was going to share. I think she's just jumped on. Are you on, Kate?
I can see her in the chat. She is on.
Kate Lowry. Is that her there? It could be a different Kate.
So in the meantime, if Kate comes on, just interrupt me, Kate. I'm not making up what I'm about to say now. I have video. I'm not showing it to you, but I was walking. I'm in the house. I've had a pair of shorts for a long, long time, and I'm just knock around shorts. And I'm walking over to the bedroom, and my shorts literally fell off of me. They literally fell right off. I took a video and I showed it. I sent it to my wife. So I'm like, look at this. This is crazy. Just walking along, shorts fall off. And this is what happens when your body starts losing the fat, the inches, things get different in your life in a big way. Kate, are you there yet?
Rob's got some here. We're waiting. Some of her clients have just given us some testimonials today.
So talking about pants falling down, it must be catching, because that's what happened to Bill. I had to go behind him and lift his pants up when they fell down in the supermarket when he was holding the trolley. So
you didn't hurry about it either.
No. Anyway, I've got a couple of things today. I met with a couple of girls, and the thing is, we're all about fat loss. There's so many benefits and so many things that are happening, but ultimately we're all about fat loss. So two testimonials from girls of both. So a lady I met today who's been a patient for years, she has been having it, and one of her team members started about 3.5 weeks ago, and he's lost 8 kilos. Now 8 kilos is huge. He's starting to get his confidence back. Now he's motivated to go to the gym, and he's got a bit more to go, but he's definitely on a roll. So she's really excited that about that. I shouldn't probably mention, she's not online, I don't think, my daughter's husband. So my daughter's breastfeeding, and so she's been a little bit, she's right at the end of breastfeeding and a little bit reticent at the moment. So her husband said, all right, if you're not going to have it, I'll take it. And he lost 3 kilos in 1 week. So he got it last Monday. Then my other girlfriend, we were down in Sydney last week. I gave her some fix. You might have seen, I gave her first lot in champagne last Sunday night. Then she continued, and she wrote to me today, aside from a lot of people wanting to hear about it, but one of the pharmacists can see me looking thinner, and he said this morning that I look younger and brighter. And so that's made her day. In a week that she's getting comments already. So that was great.
And now the pharmacist wants to do a Zoom call with us.
The pharmacist wants to do a Zoom call, probably tomorrow, the next day, whenever. And another friend who started next week, who just started putting it in her drink, and she sent me her measurements. Actually, I think I saw her online. And so she did the Me 360, and her measurements are down all over. So we're absolutely thrilled with the fat loss. That's what we're all about. That's what we're talking about. The other things are fabulous benefits and life-changing, no doubt. But it's real, guys. It is what they say it does, and you don't have to actually change anything that you're doing. Just stay healthy. Don't go out and have KFC every night. But anyway, I'm just so thrilled that people are getting results so quickly.
So many lives changed in every way.
Yeah.
Bill, are you recording still, or are you not recording?
Still recording. You want me to stop it?
Yeah, please.
Bingo.